If you're anything like me, you're a massive hedonist. We love to dive into an overindulgent meal once in a while, or have a large glass of wine or something with our food. And so whilst this can be great for us, once in a while, if we continue to do this and get into that cycle, we're going to find ourselves running out of energy very, very quickly. Now, when we want to give these up, because we recognize that there's a powerful energy inside of me that I just want to keep hold of and nourish rather than dampen, then life is going to test you all the way. And I'm going to describe what I mean by that in this video. Don't you think it's strange that you always keep attracting the same type of people into your life? Sometimes you'll want to give up a bad habit so bad that you'll ditch all of your friends that were doing that bad habit with you, and then you'll move to another area or something, or you'll stay in the same area, but you'll find new friends, and then you still end up finding the same people. Well, we're going to talk about this today. It's to do with Vasana. But again, we'll talk about that in a minute as well. Before we go into the video completely though, I just want to bring your attention down below to some of the free offerings we have. There's a free breathing practice for you to engage in. There's a free introduction to Hatha Yoga if that's something that you want to dip your toe into. And there's a free community on Discord and Facebook, but mainly the big thing I want to bring your attention to is the 6-month immersion training down below. Now, this isn't free. You have to invest in yourself, isn't it? Because it requires a lot of energy from me, and it will also require a lot of energy from you. So don't sign up or fill in the application form if that's not the type of person that you are yet. In time you will be, but right now it maybe isn't the best thing. See, the journey, the spiritual journey, is systematic. It's step by step by step. It works like a blueprint. Do this, then do this, then do this, then do this. And you can expect massive growth, especially in 6 months. That's why we do a 6-month immersion training. So if you're interested in that, you can apply down below, and that's available in the comment section. Now, what is Vasana? Some people know the word asana. Asana means the physical postures of yoga, yeah? And this isn't what we're talking about. We're talking about Vasana. It's asana with a V and 2 S's, I believe, actually. But Vasana is like a perfume. No, not Christian Dior. That might bring all the ladies to you or something, but this isn't really what we're talking about. But let's use that as an analogy. Not Christian Dior, but the perfume. Let's think about a flower. A flower will emit a certain perfume, won't it, that will bring a certain bee or a pollinator towards it so that life can continue and stuff like this. It's a transaction in a way, but it will use that perfume as its attraction source for the bee or the pollinator. Well, in a way, we're like that, and that's why we keep attracting the same type of people into our life. Now, it is possible to switch our vasanas on and off, but is that really in our control? The answer is no, not yet. And so, what do we do? Well, we do sadhana, because sadhana is your daily spiritual practice to bring about the highest aliveness and intensity of energy inside of yourself, so that we can create the highest possibility for this life here in this one. And so the same goes for you. I'm not talking about, you do your sadhana and then my life gets better. But in a sense it does, because if we all do sadhana, think about this, if we all did a bit of yoga, the whole world did a bit of yoga, the politicians wouldn't be as crass as they are, would they? They'd have that sensitive nature about them. They'd have that quiet, peaceful attitude. Or the Maitri Bhav, which is the attitude or the mood of friendship towards others. And this is powerful. But we're not going to talk about that today. Today, we're looking at Vasana, that perfume, that scent that will attract others to you that are of like mind. It's like the law of attraction, isn't it? What does the law of attraction say? It says, those which are the same will be attracted, or similar will be attracted together. Now, this is what I mean when I say life will test you all the way, because your bad habits are a practiced vibration. What does that mean? It means you allow your energy to flow in a certain way, which will manifest in a thought over and over and again, and we'll become identified with that pattern inside of ourselves, and it will lead us usually to creating karma in the outside world. Karma means action. We create actions in the outside world that lead us to those bad habits. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. I'm going to have to trust myself. Yes, that makes sense, doesn't it? And so we may want to change our Vasana. Now, is that fully in our control? No. Could it be if we got deep enough into our energy body so that we stopped our energy flowing into those thoughts and then those actions? Well, the answer is yeah, possibly. Possibly. That's conjecture from me, but Sadhguru has spoken a little bit about vasanas a little bit, and he's mentioned that it's possible to change his, and he has done it a few times in his life. And in fact, if we recognize in our own lives, our vasanas have changed. They've changed because of the actions that we've done, isn't it? Meaning we attract different people because of the actions that we do. If you have a really focused week of work and you're sober and you're doing your yoga, watch how many possibilities open up, and you find yourself meeting people and you're like, wow, yeah, this is what it's about. Only for us to go back to those bad habits because they're deeply ingrained, for us to have a sucky week and for us to go, oh God, I miss how I felt before or something, isn't it? We all recognize this, especially in our early journey. Now, life will test you all the way means, have you ever heard of the motivation principle? The motivation principle says that we are attracted to that which is familiar to us. We always like to think we're attracted to things that are good for us, don't we? But we're not. We're attracted to that which is familiar, meaning familial. But really, what does that mean? That means I'm practicing a vibration continually. I'm emanating that vibration outwardly. That emanation of vibration is my vasana, my perfume, that's attracting more people of that likeness to me. And so life isn't really testing you. I say life tests you all the way, but it isn't. Really, the reason we're finding the same people over and over again is because we are not taking responsibility for our actions, for our life, for our energy. So, now let's introduce the mirror principle. If you hold your hand up to the mirror, the other side of the mirror changes, doesn't it? But if you stay here like this, does the mirror change? No. We have to move first, isn't it? And when we move, we become a new person in that moment. And so, in this sense, life is also mirroring you. So if you want to change your vasana, I would say you could change your action, but it's deeper than that. You have to change your energy first. We have to see what's going on with our energy, and that's why we do pranayama. Pranayama means prana, energy, yama, control of your energy. Pranayama is breathing practices. There's a free one down below, but also you can engage with the dark night of the soul practices too. They're powerful pranayamas inside of ourselves. So life will test you all the way, but not really. What it's saying is it's an invitation. It's saying, if you are not happy with those that you are attracting, have a look at what you're doing inside. It is a mirror. It's a mirror. There's something in you that you're doing that's representative of the other person in this situation. And there are plenty of reasons why you might attract somebody. It's not always one bad habit or something. There's a multitude, isn't there? And so what if we're a little bit insecure about this thing or something, and then we find somebody else that's like that, and we have talks and we create groups around these types of people, don't we? But it's not the final answer. That's somebody who hasn't fully checked out their vasanas, isn't it? To see what it is that they're emanating, to see why it is that I'm attracting these people. Now, don't get too analytical about this. You don't have to look and say, oh my God, I don't wonder why you're in my life, because then it gets all a bit much, doesn't it? We just experience life. And from that, in time, our intuition might go, ah, yes, there's that thing I'm doing, I can see it in you. And we might hate it and reject it in them and judge them as if for us to hold a higher superior ground inside of ourselves. But in fact, we're not. We're the same. That's probably why we hate it, because there are aspects of ourselves that we really don't like, isn't it? So, if we're wanting to change our life, we have to get in at a pranic level. And if we continue to get in at a pranic level in such a way, this will change the energy and the flow of the energy in such a way that those thoughts may not come up anymore. And then those actions may not happen anymore. And this is the power of yoga. I hope this helps. Here's to getting tested. Life wants to make you strong. Have yourself a great day. Namaste.